This time are we on? Yes, we're on, we're on. Okay, okay. Okay. I am going to quickly explore these ideas first. I mean, I would say most of what I do is kind of a podcast because I'm just talking, but I'm usually talking about the Sims or like whatever gameplay I'm doing. The Sims 4 family podcast unpacking their wild legacies, we dive deep into the chaotic layers and optimal sides. Generation families. Your audience clearly loves Sims 4 content. Blah blah blah. Showcase your ability to create engaging multiple parts. This format allows you to lean into storytelling and those unscripted while you try and features a podcast style deep dive into specific. I don't know. Like, okay, so there's this thing that comes with it's called an it gives you an inspiration basically of what you can do. But I kind of don't like any of the ideas it's giving me. Like it was like do ASMR. Girl, I'm not really that good at ASMR. I mean like I could do ASMR, but no. Um Another like a wild legacy thing for Sims. I mean, sure, but it's more saying like I don't know. Like diving deep into generational sagas of Sims 4 families, which I mean like okay, so usually when people play Sims, there's many different types, and I'd say like I'm a mix of two, 'cause I mean there's so many. Like see if there's an official list because I mean I can name so many um list of different Sims for Sims Forward Spectrum. Which one are you? Okay, well yeah, duh. These also are just very vague, but like they're the most basic ones. There's the builder, and they just build houses and um are an expert in using so many building tool mods, and like it's more like it's their passion hobby, like the hobby of theirs that is their passion to love and create homes like grand cottages or like I meant to say grand mansions and cozy cottages, but I mean a grand cottage and a cozy mansion could also work, but it's like all customizable to their preference of how they want to build. Like they could build like legit their home that they live in or something totally different. Um then there's the storyteller. Um they craft out storylines and plan out each and every detail of the Sim's life, whoever the Sim is. They plan out relationships, careers, goals, like make every little thing into a bigger picture, and that's where like custom content and a lot of mods could help and come in handy. I can say that I have planned out many different stories. Like I had this one story that was like, oh, it's gonna be this teen mom and she's gonna like be want to be a baker, but you know what, she can't do it alone, so she has to get her like grandfather to like give her some money and take care of her kid. So it's pretty much this baker like lady who grows up into an adult and becomes the best baker in the world. And her father, no, her grandfather is taking care of her child. And like I don't know, I've like written down many stories. I've never actually played them. That's the crazy part because I'm really good. Like I really wanted to be a writer when I was older. I am older, why am I saying that? But I really wanted to be a writer ever since I was little, and I did like creative writing. So that really like brought out the creativeness in my life. And that may be why I was really into like the storytelling of Sims without actually playing that story. Then there's the min maxer. These are all about optimizing their Sims for maximum efficiency, planning out their Sim skills and careers to make sure that they are getting the most of every action. So they spend hours researching the best traits and careers for their Sims, fine-tuning daily routines to ensure that they're making the most of every hour for their Sim. I have never played that. I can be honest, never played that. Never ever planned out anything like doing challenges. It's actually really, I would say, difficult because I'm always sticking to a theme instead of just going haywire. Like, I love when I'm playing a gameplay just by myself and like randomly one person dies in my thing and I have to like basically go around that, or two, like they just end up pregnant and then I'm like, okay, but that wasn't in my plan, but you know what, now it is. So I'm not I like never make them have a career. I usually just make them, I do the testing cheats true and just give them a bunch of money, and I don't really make them buy anything. Like I also just like um click shift on them and basically like cheat their needs and all that because I can't. It's too much for me. But I mean, like I can, but like, do I want to? Anyways, then there's the role player. The player loves to create unique and immersive role playing experiences for their Sims. Often create custom content and mods to bring their stories to life. Like they like this one can indicate the creators of custom content or like the people who download them and add them for a more realistic, more immersive experience for their sim. Like it has the famous celebrity, supernatural being, and a character from their favorite book as like all examples. Um, like a huge role playing thing is, well, a role player thing, not role like okay. But the role player thing is like getting a bunch of custom content of like Disney princesses or like their favorite movie and like adding it to Sims and then playing that. Um, and I mean like I can say I've done that definitely before, but I usually like go for like the clothes, and I actually haven't since the new update, and I'm really missing it because I had this one family with my best friend, and we had made four kids, and they were all different aesthetics, they were all different styles, they were all different gorgeous people, and all of their stuff's gone, but they're still deep in my heart. Next is the legacy player. These players are all about creating a rich and detailed family history for their Sims. They play through multiple generations, carefully planning out their marriages and offsprings to ensure their legacy lives on. I have never done that. I have made a legacy though. Like I've done many generations and then I just like stop. There's this one that I did. It was like peak 2022. Um, it was about a couple months after I started playing Sims. I decided, well, this was even before I knew anything about cheats, and I'm so thankful that I do because, like, I don't know how I made anything happen without BB.move objects on. Like, oh my God, that scared me. Too Good to Say Goodbye by Bruno Mars just started playing. That actually scared me so much. Like, I actually like jumped. I didn't know what was happening. I thought like my phone was ringing. I was about to say, what is happening? No, that scared me. Okay, that randomly just upped and started playing. So, anyways, so I had this one legacy, this one generational family. It started off with a lady, and I was like making her talk to everyone, making her flirt with everyone. I was trying to get her to at least get someone. And like I did, but like it didn't turn out how I wanted because I was talking to I don't I'm pretty sure it was one of the main guys, like Dan. Ow! I hit my elbow. Oh my God, so many things are happening right now. Anyways, I had this one dude in mind, but he was never interested in her, and I was like, okay, cool. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going over to the goth's house and I'm gonna talk to Mortimer. But then you know what? Bella started hitting on her, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna have a lesbian couple. And they did, but then I like for some reason cheats just went past my head and I didn't know that like you could cheat for one of them to not get pregnant and get others, but apparently I didn't know that. So they adopted and I was like, okay, cool. So they adopted three kids. They adopted um like so my sim that I made, she was a gorgeous, gorgeous African lady, and then Bella is Bella. If you don't know who Bella Goth is, like that's kind of crazy because you should know who she is. She's like the top of the top people. Um, so they adopted two African children and then this like white um was she ginger? I was just about to say white ginger daughter, but I don't think she was ginger. I think she was just blonde. Anyways, so they did that sort of for like both sides so that like everything could still mix a little bit. So they had two daughters and a son, and their son was their middle child. So the first daughter, I remember when I first adopted the child, I was like, "Oh my God, they're just gonna have one baby." And then I was like, "Wait a second, I don't want that. I saw so many other kids to adopt. Let's adopt them all." And then poop. I meant poof, poof. Two more popped out into our family. Poop. That's crazy. So I think I'm on like the fifth generation now. So it started with the two, and then they had three, and then one of them had four. I think the dude, he had like two. The girl, the youngest girl, I believe she only had one, and then her one had like seven, and I was like, bro, who are you with right now? Like, what is happening? I didn't plan any of that. I did not like tell him to have seven. It just randomly upped. It was on the thing, and I was like, no, no, you can't. No. Where did you get these children from? But right now we are with one of our last people, one of our last generation four people in that family. And then we have three generation fives in the same household still. So it's honestly, it's been, oh my God, almost 4 years. Wow. Almost 4 years. I gotta go back to it. I gotta play it. I love them so much. Like this one time I got a new monitor or some I got something new and I was telling my dad, I was like, you know, is Sims gonna still work? And he was like, I really hope so, 'cause it's like transferring everything over, and so it's probably not a monitor. Anyways, transferring everything over, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me know when you're done, because I'm gonna check. And so I checked, and it wasn't there, and I like my heart sank, bro. I was like, that was back when I had just three of the generations. I was like, this is the one family I care about. All the other ones, if they poofed, not pooped, if they poofed, bye bye, I would have been fine. But this one family, I was like, no, because this one family, I need to stay. And guess what? He fixed it. They were back. I did, like, I think one of their saves didn't save, but it was fine because you know what? Now there's five. Okay, so that is the legacy player. I went so off topic, but I've never, with a generation thing, with that specific one, I never planned on who they'd be with. Actually, that's not true. I did plan, but I didn't plan, like, I planned on who they would look like. I'd never made a new person. I just was like, this is who they're going to be with until they started flirting with some random person. I'm like, okay, you know what? They're going to live a happy life. I'm not going to control them anymore. So, lastly of this list, not of in general, um, the casual player. These players enjoy a more relaxing approach to the game, casually playing through the Sims' lives without any specific goals in mind. Yes, that is me for sure. Oh my god, that is so me. They are content to simply enjoy the game at their own pace, taking on all the sights and sounds of the game world as they go. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, they might spend hours building and designing their dream home, or they might simply enjoy playing through The Sims' daily routine and seeing what happens. No matter what they're doing, these players are always having fun. That is me at its finest. So my dad played all the Sims, from Sims to Sims 2 to Sims 3 to Sims 4. He played all of them. And he would ask me a question when I would play, and he's like, "Oh, you're doing this?" I'm like, "No, I wouldn't do that." He was like, "Really? That's how you get like money." And I'm like, "I don't want that." And he's like, "Oh, are you gonna do that for your house?" I'm like, "No, my house is perfect just the way it is. Like, it's good." And I honestly, like, I can't believe I'm grown so much from that first household. Like, it's crazy. I'm gonna have to like record a video for you guys of showing you what the house looked like to begin with and then what it does. Plus, the house of what it does look like now. I have a little basement of all the dead people and their urns so that they can never be forgotten. They are not ghosts. They don't live on the property. They're just there. Um, but even though this list doesn't quite show them all, like it it literally only has those ones, but I swear they there are different types of players. Like, I'm promising you, there are like the crazy players. Like, I'm trying to see if there's like an image or something. Uh, um, well, there is the huge mod. Oh my God, the huge mod simmers, which are they got like crazy mods, like it's that aggressively death one or something. I don't remember what it had. I did get it once, and then I was like, "Yo, someone could just come up to you and like straight up like choke you with a grilled cheese." I was like, "No, thank you." Um, I don't like. I mean, there's crazy mods out there, but that one's like that one's like you're playing. I mean, like, who wouldn't want to like if you're already mean to someone in The Sims, like who wouldn't want to like slap them silly a little second? But like, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy to have all of that. But to be fair, it does make for an interesting gameplay, which goes for all of the different things. Um, I don't really know how to end this. Okay. I'm honestly thinking that I should make a whole lot more of these, like little snippets of me just chit-chatting, because like honestly talking is my favorite thing. It I can say it. It is. Um, I don't know. It's just like, because I'll have a lot to say and then they'll all just like pop into my mind, and I don't know. Plus, it's kind of cool that you can do this in The Sims too. Like, you can have a little podcast. Like, who doesn't love that? Okay, anyways, that's it for the different types of Sims of this little podcast moment. I think I'm gonna go more in depth next time talking about the packs, which I've already made a video that's going to come out way, way in the future about the get to work pack, but it's just showing you all of the objects in it. But I would love to just talk on here and like open up Sims and like talk about all the different packs and all that it comes with and like explain my honest, truly opinion on all of them. Because when I was talking about Get to Work, all I said was, this pack is really great. I really recommend it. And I mean, that's not a lie. I do honestly really recommend it, but there's more in-depth things that I could say. So that's what we're gonna do next time. Um, that's it for the A Squad pod with me. So, see you guys next time.